Hello everyone, I'm Rob from the Smith Black channel here, Ticker Talker, with the Strat Time Report. So, as we've been talking about, we're coming into the end of the quarter, end of the month, and oftentimes, although it's technically illegal, it's called window dressing. You're going to mark up some of them stocks that you're long so you don't get the phone calls. So, here's one of the things we look for on the SPY Daily, upper left. All right, so we gapped up on a Monday, poked down on a Tuesday, boom, right back through. The two up, two down, boom, 222 continuation. We talk about that? We do. So what we had was already the reversal on the weekly upper middle here, right? Outside, down, boom. So now that we have this combination, we're looking to see if we can take this last week's highs out. So we're coming back towards the highs. Q's running. A lot of your faves going here. So you've got NVIDIA. And NVIDIA addressed that winter, so it just doesn't take too much to just bid them up a little bit. You can see taking out last week's highs, coming through here. Like a lot of things, you're going to have like doji months when you rally back into here. So coming into the new month, you're going to be really aware of how many things can take out this month's highs or lows, because a lot of things nowhere near doing that. Like as you can see, NVIDIA is nowhere near that. Now, a month is a long time, we know that, but for today, they love it and taking it up. We'll see what happens there. You go Apple. Dress that winter. Let's bring her back. So you can see here on the upper left, we've got inside day here and up 212 continuation. And what that does is it reconfirms this. This took out the previous low. And now, boom, the reversal two's back into this stuff up into here. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, if you look at these monthlies, all right, an Apple big outside month is nowhere near taking this out. And knowing that we have an election coming would not surprise me to see a boatload of inside months in October. So that would make for a very interesting November. So we hope we get more out of it, but that's what it's looking like so far. If we go to healthcare, UNH, and UNH once again takes out the highs on the daily, drop them out on the lows, and boom, and these become an outside bar of that, you see, because we know outside bars exist. What it also does from the weekend video is it reconfirms this on the weekly. The inside week, the poke down, 1, 2, 2, rev strat back to previous range. That also tells us to look at stuff like it's in the XLV. Like so, XLV coming back up, taking out, doing the same thing, you see. Pop up, take out the previous high, take out the previous low, boom, right back through, and these become an outside bar of that, right? And that reconfirms this reversal. Taking out the previous lows, taking out last week's highs, that's a reversal there. And that can give you also as a Humana. And Humana, once again, here, the inside bar, the poke down, the back through, get. The two up on the Monday, to stop them out Tuesday, and rip them back up, forming the outside bar Wednesday. If we go to Molina Health, MOH. Molina Health yesterday came back outside day, right? Outside day. And so that means they're willing to sell down and pay up, and now they're still doing it. All right, this range is still expanding. And so what that does is on the weekly, you can see this here. This took out the lows. Now, boom, the reversal here on the week above 174.47, trade 178.28, not bad. Centene, CNC, and this is something good when you can see a high concentration in the same group, right? That means that asset allocation is going across the board in healthcare. They're not company specific. Everybody's getting bought, right? So here you can see in the weekly, just taking this out, about 58.03, right, 58.55, just starting, so we'll see what comes of that. It's an inside day. Let's see here. By 1 penny, it poked down yesterday, and then boom, there's your reversal to become the outside bar of all that. If we go to DDOG, deal with Microsoft. And Microsoft's got fat stacks, and they're happy about that. So you can see here on the daily, poke down a little bit. Then as soon as this goes green, we're looking for this to become an outside bar. Now, granted, it was quick because of the news. We understand that. But understanding these concepts is important so you can use them going forward. Okay, we've got Microsoft with the D-Dog, and you can see this here on the monthly. The same pattern that we're looking at in all these different time frames. here, taking out the previous high, taking out the previous low. Boom, these become an outside bar of that, you see. So as soon as it broke here above 96.67, good to go, all right? Granted, it was fast, but if you did it, now you're trading 105.19. That's a winner. Okay, if we go to Microsoft, and Microsoft, to a lesser extent, just trying to get back to that weekly doge, but it did go outside bar on that with that news. D-Dog was the winner of that. If we go to PODD, and PODD here, another thing we look for, the continuation, upper middle, inside weak to the upside, right? Now stalling out a little bit on the 30-minute. You see, we'll see if this gives us another setup. You can see that once again, that setup where it's stalling out, inside bar, pokes up and now trying to come back through. So we'll see if that sets up again. Right now you got the futures ETFs backing off just a tad after a nice opening morning run. We have some of the solars going here. CSIQ. You can see this here. A little fast on the 60, but we'll see if that sets up again. FSLR. D-Dog goes to the highs as I speak. So another good thing about something like D-Dog, when you see something that runs that hard on news, there's a lot of people jammed in there trying to get out, right? If you're short that thing, you'd have almost no chance to get out. So oftentimes you can get a nice grinder off of that because as people try and get out. FSLR here in the solar, and this is another pattern we look for, the outside bar, poking down and then 2-2 reversal back up into this because this gives us the magnitude to take that out unless we have a reversal against us. And that'd be a nice move. That's all the way up here at 74.74 and we're only at 67.30. So we can keep an eye on that going forward. If we go to VSLR. And VSLR, another one, just exhaustion risk, like whenever you're going in straight into the highs, right? You had your outside day, and you can see it poke down, and then boom, right here, it kicked in green on all time frames and gave us the outside bar 60 here in the lower middle, right? That was a nice entry. Some of these things a little quick. You can see the SPY doing this. Right, SPY starts to back off. Remember, we're always watching that 60, right? So you'll notice here, on the 60-minute basis, buy, new 60, sell, right? Now they're coming in a little bit, right? So you always want to keep that in mind, what's going on in here, right? If we go to TTD, and TTD, you can see that, buy, and now stalling out here a little bit. Gave us here in the lower middle, when it changed continuity here and went green, we're going outside bar and take that month to the upside. And so that's positive. That's a real positive thing because we know that most things, like NASDAQ, you can use SPY, outside months but red. TTD doing it the other way. That's a good thing for them and you if you're long, right? And what's this pattern here again on the daily? Takes out the highs, takes out the lows. Boom, right there. Any lower low? No, nope. Did not make a lower low, and that was at 460.20, trading 516. If we go to PayPal, and PayPal, one of the things we look for once again, the inside weak to the upside. So it's a 2-1-2 reversal coming back through here. PayPal takes care of business on that, and we'll see what comes of that. What is this again? The pokes down, boom. There's PayPal. It was reversal here. They're 222 over 184.90, trading 197.64. If we go to Amgen, and Amgen here, once again on the weekly, upper middle, takes out a high, takes out the low, chunk of the out, and then boom, right here. There's your 222 again at 249.23, trading 255. Not bad off of this here on the upper left. Not quite an inside day. That was to the upside. Thought we might get that, but we'll see. See if that sets up again. If we go to a little guy that was just popping here, we'll see what's going on here. ADMA. ADMA. Okay, once again. Now here, in the middle, you can notice this inside bar, pokes up, boom, and then stops them all out here. You see this? That's your magnitude. It was to take these guys out. Took care of business. And now, today, once it started popping back up over 237, There's your reversal back up on the weekly. If we go to Reggie, REGI, D-Dog's still going. Like I said, guys are trying to get out of that thing, right? So oftentimes, and I want to go back to that because this is an important point. Oftentimes, let's say that you're long this thing. The first inclination that most people will do is say, I've got to schnitzel some and take some profits. You don't. You don't. If you're short, yeah, you got to cover. If you're long, you don't have to do anything. You can buy more of this thing, right? Everybody who is short this thing is scrambling. They have to cover. You don't. All right? That's important to remember. So if you caught that and you sold it, shame on you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You let somebody out. That's not good. If we go to CCC, Tennessee Tuxedo. No, I mean Clarivate. And you'll see this here. Once again, to take out the previous high, take out the previous low. Boop. Right there. Above 29.30, trading 31.53. Not bad. If we go to PAYC, this is in the strat attack from last night. If you watch that, all we're looking for here is, once again, taking out the previous high, taking out the previous low, get the inside month and going to go outside month back to the upside. That's a good thing, right? And so one of the things I'll talk about on the strat attack of what we want to look for is anything that's taken out the highs for 2 straight days. Because if you're going to go up for 5 days for a week, you got to do the 2 first, right? That means there was no reversal. There was a directional move, and it was following through, right? That's a good thing. If we go to ALNY. ALNY still taking out the highs that we've been talking about this. We have, ever since this inside week right here, right? Over 125.17, trading 146.24. Still no good. And what is this? Take out the highs, take out the lows. Boom. Right there over 134.20. Now at 146.24, we shall take that. If we go to the downside, not a whole lots of puking going on, but we got Northrop Grumman. It's having a tough go to start off the day, and you can see this taking out last week's lows. Outside month to the downside here. So anytime this is red on this 60, you got problems. And here, just like we look at that same pattern to the upside, same pattern to the downside. Takes out the previous highs. Boom, back through the previous range here. These become an outside bar of all that. And in 2 days, how do you hedge your long positions? With short positions. And that's 328.72, now down to 320, not bad. If we go to Groupon, and Groupon, just anything that's taken out last week's lows, that's something I want to know about. And you can see once again, here's how you get in on a daily basis, right? Pops it up, boom, 2-2 reversal back down. These become an outside bar of all that, right? And so in the next hour, when this closes out, you can look for something like this. It takes out the lows, slight higher high, and then see when it takes out this 60-minute low in the next hour. If we can do that. On the gapper list, you got CVAC. And CVAC gaps up just a tad right here. And if you go to a 15er, you're going to see this. There's your inside 15 right there. Then you can wait for that corrective activity here, and then boom. How's the 30-minute looking on this thing? Get any good 30s? And just kind of going into the dirt. But you can see right here, when it takes this out, this is a 2 up, this is a 2 down. Right there. Right there. All right, and you're good to go. So long as you don't get stopped out and it's below 48.12, and just let it keep puking. All right, futures coming in just a tad here. You got WERN in the truckers. And just on a day like today, anybody taking out yesterday's lows here, right there, is good, and it's potential outside weak because it poked up there. All right, so we got some window dressing going on, but they're bringing them in a little bit here. So a whole bunch of inside months most likely coming here in October, but we'll stay on them. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith the Black channel here, Checker Talker with the Strat Time Report. D-Dog.